Dee-Dee Bailey, played by Chanique Sterling Brown, has been left reeling after a harrowing birth experience in Coronation Street. An ordeal that not only threatened her life, but left her unable to have more children. The beloved solicitor is now determined to fight back, seeking justice for what she believes was a devastating case of medical negligence influenced by racial bias. The drama unfolded when a heavily pregnant Dee-Dee began experiencing significant pain. After several days of discomfort, she went to the hospital seeking help, only to be told to go home and rest. The advice would prove catastrophic. Shortly after returning home, Dee-Dee's waters broke, prompting her frantic family to rush her back to the hospital. But even then, she was forced to wait in A&E while other patients were prioritized. Her condition was clearly worsening, but staff continued to overlook her distress. When Dee-Dee was finally seen by a doctor, it became clear just how dire the situation had become. She was diagnosed with preeclampsia, a dangerous pregnancy complication, and was rushed into emergency surgery for a cesarean section. Though the procedure initially seemed successful, Dee-Dee soon began to feel unwell. Her concerns were dismissed by a midwife, who insisted what she was experiencing was normal. Moments later, Dee-Dee collapsed. Doctors raced her back into surgery, where they discovered she had suffered a severe hemorrhage. In a desperate effort to save her life, surgeons were forced to perform a hysterectomy, stripping Dee-Dee of her ability to have children in the future. The emotional fallout was immediate and immense. In the days following her ordeal, Dee-Dee opened up to close friends Alia Nazar, Sarah Khan, and Sarah Platt, Tana O'Brien, revealing she had been researching similar cases. What she found was deeply upsetting. Countless Black women had shared stories that echoed her own. Stories of being dismissed, neglected, and placed at risk during pregnancy and childbirth. Fueled by both personal pain and a sense of injustice, Dee-Dee decided to file a formal complaint. Alia, ever supportive, offered to help her draft the necessary paperwork, determined to ensure her friend's voice would be heard. In upcoming episodes, viewers will see Dee-Dee take the next step in her journey for justice. She attends a meeting with a representative from the Patient Advice and Liaison Service, PALS, who informs her that an internal investigation is underway. The representative reveals that Zoe, the midwife who treated Dee-Dee, is being scrutinized as the person potentially at fault. But just as Dee-Dee leaves the hospital, she encounters Zoe talking to paramedic Asha Alahan, Tana Shagori. Zoe immediately tries to defend herself, apologizing for Dee-Dee's experience, but insisting the tragic outcome wasn't her fault. Later, Asha visits Dee-Dee's flat, delivering a plea on Zoe's behalf. She asks Dee-Dee to reconsider the complaint, warning that Zoe's career could be destroyed as a result. But Dee-Dee stands her ground. "This isn't just about me," she tells Asha. "It's about a pattern. About how women like me are treated. I nearly died. And no one listened." Asha, visibly moved, leaves, and Dee-Dee is left to reflect on how difficult it can be to hold the system accountable. The following day, Dee-Dee receives the hospital's final report. It concludes that no wrongdoing occurred, a finding that leaves her devastated. Despite her efforts and Alia's tireless support, it seems the system is unwilling to admit fault. But Dee-Dee refuses to give up. Determined to find solidarity, she attends a support group with Alia. There she listens as other women recount their own traumatic birth stories. Each one echoes her own experience. Women ignored, dismissed, and traumatized by a system meant to care for them. It's a painful but powerful moment for Dee-Dee, who realizes she is far from alone. The storyline marks one of Coronation Street's most emotional and socially charged plots in recent memory. It highlights not only the dangers of medical neglect, but also the systemic racial inequalities that continue to plague healthcare systems. Dee-Dee's story draws attention to a well-documented reality. Black women in the UK are 4 times more likely to die during pregnancy or childbirth than white women. By bringing this issue to the forefront, the soap delivers both an emotional punch and a call to action, asking viewers to consider the human cost of institutional failings. Chanique Sterling Brown's portrayal of Dee-Dee has already been widely praised, with fans applauding her raw and vulnerable performance. As Dee-Dee fights to reclaim her voice and her dignity, Coronation Street reminds us all that every story of injustice deserves to be told, and that change only comes when people refuse to be silenced.